ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जयो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। I welcome all the devotees for today's Bhakti Sastri course. Today we are starting or we are continuing with the text number 49, chapter 2, second chapter 49, and we'll see the entire second chapter today till the end, that is up to 72, and also few shloka from third chapter which is related to today's discussion. That is the first 9 shloka of third chapter also will be discussed in today's class. So that means today we are starting from 2.49, we are going up to 3.9. That is the text we are going to see. Okay. Is the screen visible, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes. Very good.
So with the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Gaurnitai, we'll start our today's study on Bhagavad Gita. This is Unit 1, Dharma in Bhagavad Gita. This is the today's topic. Dharma in Bhagavad Gita. And today is lesson 5. That means today is the 5th day. We are discussing about Karma Yoga, which is superior to Karma Sannyasa. So we'll discuss what is Karma Yoga, what is Karma Sannyasa, and how Karma Yoga be more than Karma Sannyasa. This is today's discussion. So what we have done in the previous chapter, that is lesson 4, we have presented a brief overview of Krishna's instructions on jnana. That means Arjuna, first he showed compassion for his own men. So Krishna has given the knowledge of soul, the identity. Before we begin our study, or before we do any conversation with another person, first we should know what is the identity. So when I know what is my identity, then I will understand what is my duty, and all other questions will be answered. So first and foremost, Krishna has given the identity for Arjuna, the real identity. Then explained Krishna's responses to Arjuna's first 3 reasons for not fighting, that is compassion, enjoyment, and sinful reactions. We have seen how Krishna has excellently answered all the 3 questions. The compassion for the body is not required. If you are compassionate for the soul, then there is no death for the soul. And if you say there is no enjoyment by fighting this war, what Krishna told, if you fight the war, either you win or lose, both are good for you. If you win, you will get the kingdom. If you lose, you will get the heaven. And if you don't fight, then people will disrespect you. That is more than death. So better you fight. So enjoyment is there. The real actual enjoyment is there in the fighting. But this is a karma kanda portion where the instructions are we motivate a person based on the result of the activity. Then Krishna elevates him to another level, that is called Buddhi Yoga. So whatever activity you perform, don't worry about the result. The result is not in your hand. But it doesn't mean that you should stop working. You have to work, and you have to continue your work, and don't worry about the result. The result will come to you. That is called Buddhi Yoga. Presented a summary of Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 and explained how chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita summarizes the contents of the entire Gita. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told that this chapter 2 is the summary of entire Bhagavad Gita. If we understand this second chapter, we will understand Bhagavad Gita. And evaluated the relevance of the Karma Kanda division of the Vedas in the practice of Krishna consciousness. So how much to follow about Karma Kanda, that is discussed. And finally, the pratyavayo na vidyate. There is no sinful reaction. Third reason, in the bhakti, there is no destruction. And vyavasayatmika buddhi, one-pointed attention. So these things we have discussed. If we see the entire overview of Bhagavad Gita in chapter 2, first 10 shloka is talking about Arjuna's surrender. Arjuna gives the 5th reason and surrenders to Krishna. Next 11 to 30, it is about jnana, and he defeats the compassion. Then 31 to 37, it is about Karma Kanda section, where he defeats Arjuna's argument that there is no enjoyment. Actually, there is real enjoyment only by fighting. And there is no sinful reaction, because in devotional service, whatever we do, it is having, there is no loss and there is no sin, because the person is working for Krishna. Then Buddhi Yoga and Karma Yoga, there is no reaction for that, because the person is working for the Lord. Now, Arjuna is asking Krishna, can you tell me the symptom of a person who is following this Buddhi Yoga? Who follows the Buddhi Yoga, what kind of symptom he has? So that is the question, and Krishna is answering those questions today. Arjuna uvacha stita prajnasya ka bhasha stitadhi Samadhistasya Keshava Stitadhi Kim Prabhasheta Kimasita Vrajeta Kim. Stita Prajnasya Ka Bhasha Samadhistasya Keshava Stitadhi Kim Prabhasheta Kim Asita Vrajeta Kim. This is text number 54. A question asked by Arjuna to Lord Krishna. Arjuna Uvacha. Now there is a word here. It's called Stita Prajna. So Stita means to be situated. Pra means complete. Jna means knowledge. A person who is situated in complete knowledge. What is his symptom? That is a question asked by Arjuna. Here is the translation. O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose consciousness is thus merged in transcendence? How does he speak? And what is his language? How does he sit? And how does he walk? 4 things he is asking. You see here, symptoms. What are the symptoms of a person in relation to speaking? So how he is speaking. Here speaking means it is not that how good he is, how orator, how he is, or he is having how much jugglery he uses while speaking. No, it is not so. It is the person who is in complete knowledge, who has all the senses in his own control, who is a Goswami. How does he speak? What is his language? Here language doesn't mean whether English or Kannada or any other language. It is the way how he is speaking. And sitting. Sitting means it is not in which asana he sits, either Padmasana or Vajrasana. No, it is not so. It is sitting means how he is situated. And how does he walk? Walking, it is not the walking of walking style. It is the walking means how does he behave with others, with the external world? How does he give an exemplary life for others by living himself? So this is the meaning of speaking, language, sitting, and walking of a Stita Prajna. So what learning we have by understanding these symptoms, we will learn in the next coming slides. Now Krishna is answering these questions in next coming shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So what are the symptoms? He's speaking about the symptoms in text number 55. Then about the speech, he speaks about speaks in the text 56 and 57. And sitting, Stita, that is 58, 63, 58 to 63. Then how does he walk? That is from 64 to 72. Now we'll start with the first one, that is speech. How does he speak? Ka bhasha. The text is Sita prajnasya ka bhasha. Bhasha means to speak. How does he speak? Okay, Muralidhar Prabhu already raised his hand. You can read, Prabhu.
Yes. Speech is the most important quality of any man. It is said that a fool is undiscovered as long as he does not speak. And certainly a well-dressed fool cannot be identified unless he speaks. 2.54 Purport.
Thank you.
Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Somebody is in the waiting room, Prabhu. You can take care.
Okay.
So here, the ka bhasha. A person, unless he speaks, we cannot understand whether he is an intelligent person or he is a fool. But as soon as he starts speaking, we can make out how much knowledge he has, or what is his understanding, what kind of life he is living, how much realization he has. All these things are revealed as soon as a person starts speaking. So speaking is very, very important. One should not speak unnecessarily. In the rainy season, there will be frogs which make sound. And this kind of sound, it will only attract the snakes. The snakes will be searching for the food. Where is my food? Where is my food? That it is not able to find it because the frog will be hiding somewhere in the dark. But this croaking of the frog, it will invite the snake. Oh, I am here. Please come and eat me. Like that, whenever we speak anything nonsense or whenever we speak unnecessarily, it's called prajalpa, then it will only invite danger for us. So we should only speak about Krishna's glorification of Krishna or only in relation to Krishna. Then it is always safe and it is all good. Otherwise, unnecessarily speaking about mundane things, it will only invite danger. Sthita prajna. So this sthita prajna, a person who is situated in his state of knowledge. What is his symptom? Further continuation. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Siddha Pratnya accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord, thinking himself only worthy of more trouble due to his past misdeeds. And he sees that his miseries, by the grace of the Lord, are minimized to the lowest. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to the Lord, thinking himself unworthy of the happiness. 2.56 purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Krishna consciousness is all auspicious. Whoever comes to Krishna consciousness, in whatever state he may be, his good fortune begins at that moment. Whatever state he may be. So here we can see the sthita prajna, the symptom, what he thinks. Whatever difficulty comes to a person, to a devotee, he thinks that actually I have to get more. But because of Krishna's mercy, I am getting only this much. Actually, it is true. Whenever we come to Krishna consciousness, Krishna takes care of our life. There is no need of going to astrologer to see our future for a devotee, because for a devotee's future, it is directly handled by Lord Krishna. So whatever dangers that may come to a devotee, it all will be taken care by Krishna, depending on how much we have surrendered to the Lord. So this realization the devotee has. So because of this, he will accept all the miseries as a mercy of the Lord. Actually, I have to get more. I am getting only token of it. Just like a person may need to lose his one hand in an accident, but by the mercy of Krishna, he will get a small cut in his hand whenever he may be cutting some vegetables at home. So this is how the dangers are removed from the life of a devotee. So what we should do at that situation? Krishna is removing all the obstacles from my life so that I can go to him easily. It doesn't mean that I have to engage myself in more sense gratification. If that is the case, then there is no need of removing, because those problems, those miseries in my life are keeping me away from sense gratification. I don't get time for sense gratification. I am so busy with making money, and if I don't make money, I can't eat. So because of that fear, I am away from sense gratification. But if we come to Krishna consciousness, and as our material problems all goes away, and as we get more and more time, we should give more and more time to Krishna. We should give more and more time for practicing our Krishna consciousness. Then that is the right utility of the time and energy. But if we think that, oh, I have come to Krishna consciousness, now I have become free from the miseries, I'm free, I don't have to work so much. Okay, now let me do some sense gratification. So that is wrong. Then whenever some happiness comes, that the devotee thinks that I'm actually not eligible for this. This is all Krishna's mercy that I am getting happiness because of this. I am not worthy of this happiness. So that is the realization of a devotee. Whenever a person comes to Krishna consciousness, immediately he will become happy, whatever situation he may be in. So this is the Sthita Prajna symptom. Now, Kim Asita, how does he sit? That means how he is situated. What kind of mentality he has when he is acting in this material world where there is a lot of opportunity for sense gratification. So this is given in the text number 58. You can see Yada sanharate chayam kurmongani vasarvashaha indriyanindriyartebhya stasya prajna pratishtita. So what is the analogy here? Krishna is giving very simple analogy which everyone can understand. Tortoise exhibiting the senses and withdrawing whenever it is not necessary. A devotee also exhibits his senses for serving the Lord. And when there is no need or when there is a danger of getting caught in the sense gratification, then he will withdraw the senses. So this is how a Sthita Prajna will behave. Kim Asita, how does he situated? How he is situated? What kind of mentality he has? So we go out in the material world. We are working. We are for our livelihood. We have to engage with so many non-devotees or materialists. So there will be a lot of opportunities for sense gratification. So if we are a Sthita Prajna, or if we are a serious devotee who wants to advance in spiritual life, then we should remember that this is not real happiness, and I should not engage with this. So let me withdraw all my senses. Just like a tortoise, if there is a danger, it will immediately withdraw his senses so that nobody can do anything. It is inside the thick shell, which is very strong. So from outside, anybody can do anything, but it is safe inside. For this, we should have a strong sadhana. If we chant regularly 16 rounds in the morning and read Srila Prabhupada's books every day for 2 hours, then we have that strong protection which will protect our consciousness. So this is how a Sthita Prajna is situated. And he is withdrawing his senses whenever it is dangerous. But whenever there is an opportunity for serving the Lord, then he exhibits his senses. He will serve the Lord. He takes all the opportunities. There is one more analogy here. Okay, let us see the explanation for this. Can anyone read this? Sarita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Kim Asita, how sit, mentality when withdrawing the senses. The best example set herein is the tortoise. The tortoise can at any moment wind up its senses and exhibit them again at any time for particular purposes. Similarly, the senses of Krishna conscious persons are used only for some particular purpose in the service of the Lord and are withdrawn otherwise. 2.58 purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So in this way, the devotee is always engaged himself in the service of the Lord. Now the second analogy is the venomous serpent, how it is being controlled by the snake charmer. A venomous serpent, our senses are like venomous serpent. But these senses can be controlled by mantra. If we use, there are certain mantras which can be used for controlling the snakes, or you can see he is making the music through which you can control the snake. The snake will be hearing that sound and it will just stand there. It will not bite anyone. So similarly, the devotee, when he engages all the senses, all the 5 senses in the service of the Lord, then there is no opportunity for the senses to go for sense gratification. It is like the poisonous teeth of the snake is removed. Kaivalyam narakayate tridashapur akasha pushpayate. Durdatendriya kala sarpapatali protkata danshtrayate. Vishwampurna sukhayate vidimahendradishcha kitayate yat karunya kataksha vaibhavatam tam gauram evastumaha. A person who has got the mercy of Gaura Chandra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his senses are danshtrayate, the protkat danshtrayate. The senses are like the snakes which doesn't have poisonous teeth. So if we remove the poisonous teeth, then there is no danger. It cannot bite anyone, and these senses will not engage because the taste will go away. We don't have the taste for material sense gratification because the material sense gratification is like a drop of water, and spiritual happiness is like an ocean. So why should I go for a drop of water when I have so much of happiness here which is present? So there is no need for going there. Now let us continue. An example from personal experience. So this is we'll have a breakout room now. We'll make, there are totally 20 people. So I'll make 7. 7 will be fine. Yeah. So 7 groups will be made. You'll get 3 each, or one person will get 2. So actually it is only 2 people, 2 to 3 people has to discuss. So what is the task? An example from personal experience when you tried to control the senses unsuccessfully, or you forgot about sense enjoyment entirely. So these are two opposite things. One is we make so many rules, New Year challenges, whatever we do, but it fails. So such things, whatever happened in your life, if you like, you can share that. And another case, you never thought about controlling the senses, but it happened automatically when you engaged yourself in the service of the Lord. So you forget about sense enjoyment entirely. Many people come to temple, they will not have the intention to give up their bad habits. So, but automatically the bad habits have gone away. So that is another example. If you have these 2 examples, you can discuss and you can present it. I'll give you 3 minutes time. So the breakout room will start now. Shall we have 7 breakout room, Prabhu? Is it okay, Murali Prabhu? Or 6?
Quite okay.
Fine.
There are 2 devices, and Devika Mataji, Karunamaya Nimay Das ji. 4.
Oh, Devika Mataji is there. Fine. So
Yeah,
6 is enough?
Yeah, that should be enough.
6. Okay. 6 will start. Okay. Assign automatically. Include co-host when assigning. Yeah. Create. I hope everyone understood the things. And Prabhuji, you will be able to see the room number, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
co-host will be.
Yes.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because in the next task, I want to distribute the task according to the room number. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, the room is open to for all. You can join. I'll keep the screen shared so that you can see the question.
seva. So we'll speak to you later on. We need your seva on this also. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Krishna.
Okay. Anything else, Devika Mataji, from your end? You want to share something?
Yes, Prabhu, I can share my experience. Yeah, I don't know, it may be for everyone. We'll have a kind of a fear, what is in my future once we retire from our materialistic service and all. But when I got into this Krishna conscious, when I attend the first time Bhagavad Gita class with Prabhu, at least that fear has gone out. I don't have that fear now. I feel, I have a lot of things in our life to do for Krishna's as a doing through service. I really don't have that fear.
Okay, I'm closing all the rooms. It will be closed within 1 minute now. Okay, all have come back.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. So I request one person to speak from each group so that we can share our experiences. So this will go like this. First, you should share your experience. You can note down 3 things you have to do. First, you should share your experience and what kind of learning you got, that is general principle you got from that, means what you learned by that experience, and how it will help you in future. That means whatever is like whatever happened in our life earlier, from that we learn a lesson, and in future we don't repeat that mistake. So that you have to explain. So 3 points has to be explained: what experience you got, and what lesson you learned from that, and how you are going to apply it in your next life. That means your next coming days in your sadhana life. So first person can start with the Muralidharan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm relating the experience of where you have to control the senses. That's the first topic. Though I prefer the second one first, and then I'll take the first one. The second is, when you are in seva, when you are in service with full dedication and 100%, then examples are in dance or music or in the kirtan, fully involved, then you don't have to worry about controlling your senses because you are in a sattvic environment. Similar is the case in the temple, especially if you are in the food serving area or the food, having food, partaking of the food, then also prasadam is like free of all controls. You don't have to worry about onion or garlic or spice or whatever. These are 2 examples I can think. And from this, I learned that associating with devotees, associating with good environment is a good, escape for getting away from these issues. So association of devotees would give us joy. That's the learning I have. And the learning I keep for future is to ensure that I keep my associations clean. I keep my visits to places very shrewdly done, and ensure also food is taken from a source that I know, or at least from home when I am home. These are two things. Just to add in the controlling senses portion, participating in a group where everybody is enjoying, like an alumni meet, in schools, you meet them after so many years and you want to talk mischief and gossip. It is a challenge to keep away from those conversations and guide them to, what am I doing now in ISKCON, or how am I enjoying my present days in the service or the seva. These are things that allow you to ensure control on the senses. And the learning I have is to, again, like I said, taking care of who you associate, where you participate, what you eat, what you meet, who you meet, can take care of your future also, safety from all these controls required. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Savita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we were three in the room. First, I will, if they allow me, I'll first tell their experiences, what we discussed, because I am not the only one to tell my experiences. So I will share with what Giridhar Prabhuji told, that he is into the IT section and he has lots of temptations to do all the wrong things. And from last 6 years, he is into the Krishna consciousness, and that he has really changed his life. He's undergone a total metamorphosis, and he is now totally into this, and he will not even like to see onion, garlic anywhere, or he doesn't like to eat anything. And it has made a lot of change in his life. That is what I think. So that's the Prabhuji, your feedback, no? Anything I may not be missing out for you. Then Shri Haripriya Mataji was there with us, and then hers was really nice, very nicely. She explained that food was she was to live to eat only, not eat to live. And she was like, food was her food fad, and like it was her weakness. And how she has cut down slowly with what to eat, what sattvic food to eat, and that is in a byproduct is that she's lost weight also. Mataji, sorry, I'm putting a personal comment. and then she was telling that in her brother's marriage also, she's not even anything of onion, garlic, and she's been very, very careful, and it has made a life change in her life. Correct, Mataji? I have to add anything? It's fine. Okay, then I'll come to my own experience, which has been really helped me, Prabhuji, personally and professionally. I was a type A personality, very high strung one, doing a surgery. My God, patient would bleed. I would also, like, my brain would bleed along with that. So it would be like nothing should happen to patient, a very high strung. And this has really developed a lot of confidence, what it gives you, that, okay, I've done my best, now Krishna will take care of it, rest of it. So I've shared my responsibility with Krishna now. And secondly, the food, though, I was the last one, I think so, to get admission, when I had promised Pradosha Bhuji, from today I will not touch onion, garlic, and it has been now today. Even I buy a product, I see there is no garlic or onion in that, even in the paste form. And then I'm buying the product. So I'm very thankful to Pradosha Bhuji, who gave me a chance and helped me to elevate, to follow the path. Thirdly, now I can tell you one small incident which happened yesterday only. And the same time, like, there was one big stage program here, drama from one Anu Kapoor. I know he's from India. He had come here in Dubai, and we had a very nice pass on the front seat. But only thing, at the same time, I was having another Bhagavad Gita class somewhere. I said, no, my senses are under control. I am not going there. I'll be attending my class. And in that itself, in a practical way, it has shown that it really doesn't disturb you. You said, no, this is much more important for me rather than going there. And I'm thankful that Dr. Kapoor is very cooperative that way. He said, whatever you want, if you don't want to go, it's more than happy. So it's not only me, needs a partner also who is along with you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. There are lots to tell, but I have to give a chance to others, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing. Hare Krishna. Okay, no more hands are raised. Rakshita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So let me first share Sureshwari Mataji and Jayanti Mataji's experiences. So Jayanti Mataji said onion garlic was a challenge for her to leave onion garlic. But then what happened when she went and stayed in ashram? Automatically there was no food prepared with onion garlic. So the moment she started eating ashram's food, she never started missing onion garlic. So that way what happened? She effortlessly gave up onion and garlic. That is one thing. And Sureshwari Mataji. So 18-day course when she joined, she initially took it like casually, okay, fine, I'm learning something, fine. But going forward, there was no looking back. As in, I think this is the magic of Bhagavad Gita everybody has experienced in level 1. When we join the course, we are totally from the mundane environment. Right, we watch movies, we go for parties and all that, but then after we join and after we understand level 1, even though it is superficially, Krishna is all attractive, right? He attracts us and then there is no looking back after that. He takes us forward. So this is her experience. And also Jayanti Mataji, she was finding it very difficult to recite shlokas and even by heart shlokas. So she was also fearful. But then this dedication is there. You are doing it for the Lord, right? You're doing it as a service to the Lord. So that dedication, I think, helps us overcome all the stage fear and everything. So she has overcome all her fears with all the encouragement from other devotees. And then coming to my experience, so recently I had to take kids patch. Okay, so what happened, I usually, because I work in the night shift, I hardly get time during the day for anything. So kids batch 6 o'clock in the evening, I had to come home, sleep in the morning, wake up early in the evening. I used to wake up at 7 p.m. but then because kids batch is at 6 p.m. I had to wake up at 5 p.m. So this way what happened, my sleep time reduced. I used to sleep for 10 hours. Now what happened, because I had a commitment, I reduced my sleeping time for to 6.5 7 hours, and then I could prepare for the class, I could read Bhagavatam, I could do all my other things, and then also give time for kids. So this way what happened, I could manage my time well. And then next one, I used to go for outings very frequently with my friends. Okay, so outside to restaurants and all that. Now that I have a commitment, no onion garlic, so definitely no outings, cancel. So I can use that time to at least cook at home, help my mom and dad in the kitchen, right? So all this helps with time management, and definitely it helps me live my life consciously. So now when I do something, I can stay back without doing it for a moment. I can think, okay, what am I doing? Is this coming under my Krishna conscious life or not? And then take a step. So this way what happened, my life has become very regulated, and so away from material life means near to Krishna, moving forward. So Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it is the right time. It means 7 hours is the right number of hours to sleep. So 10 is not so good, as Prabhupada says. The body needs 6 to 7 hours. So you have come to the right number of hours to sleep. So you have regulated your life very nicely. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing your experience. Hare Krishna. Harini Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, so we were three in the group. There was Pradosh Hota Prabhuji and Devaki Mataji and myself. So to summarize our experiences, first is our devotee, they talk anything. We were talking, one of the devotee was talking about anything and was talking like that. But then what happened when that person realized that he was talking so many things, so it's better for him to stay silent and talk only about Krishna Katha, talk only about Krishna conscious, and for the remaining time, he can use that energy for his sadhana, for his bhakti, instead of wasting time and talking about each and everything. So that was one experience. The second experience was one devotee was very fearful about future in life, or about his children or her children and so on, about the uncertainties of life. But coming into Krishna consciousness, what happened? He knows that Krishna is here to give protection, and once surrendered to Krishna, Krishna will provide that protection. So that fearness has gone away. And the third devotee has talked about his son's gratification. That person was very much addicted to social media, that is Facebook, and was using that social media for sharing each and everything, be it material things or things related to news or material things. But then eventually, when coming to Krishna consciousness, the tendency has gone away. Instead of sharing material things, that person started sharing Krishna conscious things on the social media itself. And then gradually what happened, eventually that person again distanced herself from that social media itself, because it was all about the glory of Krishna instead of the glory of that person, him or herself. So what was discussed in the group. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Karunamayi Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Subuddhi Prabhu, Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
So I was in room with Deeparani Mataji and
Prabhu, you can switch on your video.
sorry, now it's okay.
If
Sorry.
possible.
Yes, so I was in one room with Deeparani Mataji and Kiruba Sankar. Kiruba Sankar. So Kiruba Sankar Prabhu was unable to speak, but we discussed with Deeparani Mataji. So she shared her story about meat addiction, that she liked to eat meat before, but then when she underwent level 1 Bhagavad Gita, and then she lost taste of eating meat, and then her family members, like husband and son, prepared meat, but she didn't want to eat it. But then time finished, unfortunately. So the story was unable to continue. So she lost her taste of eating meat. So that is essence of
The discussion was incomplete because of time constraint.
yes, sir.
Yeah, anything else you want to say, Prabhu?
Yeah, if possible, I also can share my experience.
Yeah, sure.
So I also want to share my experience. Was before Krishna consciousness. Once I was with my so-called friends, and we were together, and they requested me to drink some beer, to drink some alcohol, to drink some beer. And I knew that drinking is not good, but somehow under their impression and under their pressure, I drank maybe half of bottle, and everything became so bad.
Then you learned, means later you changed yourself.
Yeah, so what I learned,
Consciousness.
stay away from bad people.
Yeah, that is a principle you learned.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for sharing your personal experience. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Dineshwar Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Babu.
Hare Krishna.
I'm just sharing my experience. Every year, we are fasting on Krishna Damodar. We're able to control senses. And second, we read the Krishna book.
Yes.
The third, productive, and fourth is control it. We are able to control senses. So many persons no further instructions. They are unable to understand how to control senses. Senses in that to control this Krishna consciousness. And every year we have to fasting on Krishna Damodar. Certainly we all got blessing from that. If we are not follow this instruction or already given the Prabhupada, we are not able to understand. So minimum, we have to. I have to say, we have to discipline, and all Prabhupada what say. So I'm devotee. I'm initiated. I am serving Rukmini Dwakadish so many years. So I'm sharing just this experience. So many people unable to understand Krishna consciousness. There are no faith in Krishna consciousness. They see Krishna consciousness, but it's not faith. We have to maintain faith sincerely. We are able to understand. In that way, we are controlled to senses. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, in association of devotees, it is easy to develop the faith and sincerity.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Deepa Rani Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. As the discussion was left halfway, so I wanted to continue with that.
Oh, okay.
As Karunamaya Prabhuji told, I was very much fond of taking non-veg, and in that again mutton was my very much like I was in need. But when I joined the course in the month of March last year, just after 2 to 3 classes, I thought of completely quitting this, the taste and the sense also over that. And after that, when after 1 or 2 months, I could able to, up to that, I could able to do properly. But after that, when my husband and my daughter planned to prepare it at home, and then even though it was not a forcible attempt, but they tried, they deeply requested, Mama, please you take this time, and after that you leave, because you fond of this mutton so much. So somehow I told no, completely. I just restricted them. Now means I told that if you compel me, that I will not talk to you both everything. But still they told, it is my request, my husband requested. Then I just in my inner sense, I just prayed Krishna that it is just Krishna, pardon me that I don't know, I can't just do, means I just don't know how to cope up with this situation, overcome with this this situation, but only to keep this my husband's words, I'm just taking, but I don't know how to do that. Then I took it, but I did not taste it. I just swallowed it. And after that, my husband realized a lot, and that why, because of me, you had done such a mistake once again after 3 to 4 months. And after that, after a single day, he told me that because I made a mistake, and as for this punishment or whatever it is, I am quitting from now onwards. So that is my very big achievement for me, that my husband also quitted after that.
Thank you, Mataji. It was a very inspiring story what you told. It's like just within a few months of starting your course, you gave up your non-veg eating, and you are making.
But I'm happy that my husband, he was very much fond of taking this, and he also quitted on the same day, after 1 day of that incident. So I'm happy for him actually.
That's why it is told Krishna consciousness is all auspicious.
Even
mistake, it will result in something good. So,
yes.
Proved here. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Dipti Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
There is a lag, I think. Network problem?
Yes, probably. Yeah.
It's come back. Oh, gone. Frozen.
Mataji, you can switch off your.
Yeah.
You can close your video.
Audible?
You can stop your video so that you'll get better network. Yeah, now you can speak.
Okay, sure. So Prabhuji, we were 4 of us. Madhuri Dubey Mataji was there, I was there, and then Tanvi Mataji and Dineshwar Jodhun Dhanvantri Das Prabhuji. We discussed and shared a few incidents. So I'll just quote a few of them. So Prabhuji, there was one wherein Tanvi Mataji shared her experience, how she was unable to control. They were advised that during the Holi, on the day of Holi, from the temple, they were advised that since it was God Purnima, so they were supposed to fast on that day. But since she had to go out with the friends and family, and she was unable to control, and they had lunch there. So that is one of the incidents. But since then, she has been very much committed to her to Krishna consciousness, basically. So this is one experience. She really felt it deep, and yeah. So, and then she is quite committed to it. Then one of the experiences that I usually really see that whenever I go out, since I'm in UK, I'm staying in the UK, London. During the weekends, it's so happening. Everything is, fun and frolic all around. It's captivating too much. But still, I keep thinking in my mind that in case if we really don't have if we really don't have Lord Krishna's name, if we do not understand the importance of Krishna consciousness, then there is every single chance to fall into this material world. It is really going to drag us completely into it. So I am really glad and I'm fortunate. I keep thanking God, that at least I remember that I can take his name and I remember him. I can just hold on to his name and just try to just cross this ocean, of this material nation. So it's really very important. And not only that, whenever I go out, even on weekends I go out, there are even during the outings, but my friends, my family, they cooperate me. I usually don't take meals outside. So now they have started understanding it. And I have noticed that we can bring in changes in the life of people by transforming ourselves. And they see that, they observe it. So if we really want to bring any kind of change, first is we have to transform ourselves. Then only we'll be able to do that. So these are a few incidents, Prabhuji, that I wanted to share on behalf of you. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
As we can see, in the absence of a farmer, in the land, the weeds will grow automatically. There is no separate effort is required. As soon as there is a rain, it will come. But if you want to grow some good cultivation, then effort is needed. Similarly, if we don't take to Krishna consciousness, all bad habits will automatically develop within us. But when we have Krishna consciousness with us, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavatya Kinchana Sarvai Gunais Tatra Samasate Sura. He has all the divine qualities developing, we can see in the heart of a devotee. Yeah, thank you all for sharing their experiences. Now let us see what Prabhupada's quotes on this. Yeah, can anyone read this? Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhu.
One who has
Whose
the
name did
beauty
we
of
take?
Supreme Lord.
There are two people, Shri Hari Priya Mataji.
Shri Hari Priya Mataji told Prabhuji.
Shri Hari Priya Sampat Mataji, yes.
Shri Priya Sampat Prabhuji.
Oh, Shri Priya Mataji.
Yes. Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. One who has tasted the beauty of Supreme Lord Krishna in the course of his advancement in Krishna consciousness no longer has a taste for dead material things. 2.59 Purport.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Sureshwar Priya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I should, can I read it?
Yeah, yes, Mataji, please.
Shreyo bhoktum vaikshyam api haloke. It would be better to live in this world by begging. Bhagavad Gita 2.5.
Yeah, this is the argument of Arjuna. Arjuna is telling, it is better I will eat by begging rather than killing the people. So further continuation. Shri Hari Priya Mataji, Hare Krishna, you can read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yoga sthita kuru karmani sangham tyaktva dhananjaya. Perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Bhagavad Gita 2.48. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So this is the next topic. We will have one Kirtan. Prabhuji, Murudev Prabhu, anybody doing?
Yeah. Dineshwar Prabhuji, are you ready with the?
Now,
Yes.
Kirtan for 5 and 5 minutes break will be there. So 10 minutes. Is it fine? 10 minutes?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
5 more minutes break, and we'll continue with after the break. Okay. Yeah, you can start, Prabhuji.
Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Narime Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Prashasadasatarani Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Jaya Jaya Radha
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Muralidharan Prabhuji, Subuddhi
We can
Prabhuji.
take a break. We can take a break
5 minutes.
for 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it on our system? It is 1 o'clock, 8 minutes. So exactly on 13 minutes, 1 o'clock, 13 minutes, we will be rejoining. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. We can have a 5 minutes break. Hare Krishna.
Param drishtva nivartate. So when we get the higher taste, we forget about the lower taste. When you come to Krishna consciousness, unknowingly we will be able to control our senses. Next topic is about the karma sannyasa and karma yoga. Now, the word yoga refers to connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and sannyasa refers to tyaga, or to give up, or renunciate, to give up the things. So which is better? Sannyasa is better or karma yoga is better? So that is explained in this section. What Arjuna told Krishna, I will renounce this battle, or the result of this battle. I don't want any result, so I will not fight. That is in 2.5. But here in 2.48, what Krishna is speaking, Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. You should perform yoga. Perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. So what is the difference between the two? In the first case, Arjuna is giving up the work itself, or karma itself he is giving up. In the second case, Krishna is asking him to do the work or karma, but give up the result, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. So success or failure is the result, and attachment to that result has to be given up. So that is the karma yoga. Karma sannyasa, what Arjuna did was trying to do is karma sannyasa, and what Sri Krishna is asking him to do is karma yoga. So which is superior?
Karma yoga.
Karma yoga.
Yeah.
Karma yoga.
Karma yoga.
Whatever Krishna says, that is superior, isn't it? By default, we can say. Anyhow, how it is possible? How is it? Giving up the work itself is not good, and giving up the result of the work is recommended. This is explained in the next coming topics. One example we can take, if a person who is cooking in the home, just like Mataji's cook in the home, and Mataji has decided to do Nirjal Ekadashi, not eating anything, not even drop of water she's taking. That's fine, that's good. But because she is not eating anything, she is not cooking anything, can she say that I will not cook? And whoever is there at home, everyone should do the same. Is it correct?
No.
It is not correct. Because you have the freedom to take decision to fast on the day of Ekadashi, Nirjal Ekadashi, or you may not even take the fruits or some boiled vegetables also you may not take. But you cannot give up your work. If you give up your work of cooking, which you are doing regularly, then others will suffer. They are forced to do that, or they are being forced to fast. That is not correct. So similarly, Arjuna, he is ready to give up the work and he is ready to give up the result, everything. He is ready to go to forest. But is it so for everyone? There are so many soldiers who have come there for fighting against the irreligion, and Arjuna is the leader. Now, if Arjuna takes the decision not to fight, then what will happen to them? And what will happen to the aim, the main intention of the war? Everything will be spoiled. And also, for Arjuna, it is not possible to give up the work. Arjuna is a Kshatriya by nature. If he go to forest and lives there, that Kshatriya spirit will not go away. There also he will find some injustice or some wrongdoer will be there everywhere. So there also he has to fight. There also he has to show his Kshatriya spirit. So that spirit will not go away, the Swadharma. Then instead of fighting there and being blamed as a coward, it is better to fight here. So that's what Arjuna Krishna is speaking. But you do karma yoga, not karma sannyasa. Tayostu karma sannyasa, karma yoga vishishyate. Of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work. This is also explained in the beginning of third chapter. Now there is a exercise here. This is something new. You have to draw a image showing reasons why karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa. Hope everyone understood what is karma yoga and what is karma sannyasa. Giving up the karma itself is karma sannyasa. Giving up the result of the activity is karma yoga. You can draw a simple diagram, drawings. Don't worry if your drawing is not good. And you have to include these things. Krishna's some of the statements, Sanskrit verses and phrases, and Prabhupada's statements in the purports, some examples, analogies. You can briefly draw some diagrams and you can explain it when you come back. So we'll make a breakout room. It is a brief exercise, 1 minute for discussion and 1 minute you can use for drawing. Drawing need not be done by everyone. You can decide if you feel that you yourself draw, or if you draw one picture for one entire group of 3 people, that is also fine. So you can discuss among yourself, and one person will be presenting. So 1 minute there is there for discussion, 1 minute for drawing. Okay, so I'll start the breakout room.
Prabhuji, drawing is animation or something?
Yeah, you can draw small animations or you can draw block diagrams, just to pictorial representation. Is it clear, Mataji?
Prabhuji, we'll have to
We'll
draw
try.
it on a paper and show it to you, right?
Yes,
In front of camera.
In front of camera.
You can display to the camera. That's it.
Okay.
It's single exercise or group?
Yeah, it's a group exercise. I'm going to make the breakout room. I'll make 6 groups as usual, as earlier. Is it fine, Murali Prabhu?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was on mute.
Since I'm doing for the first time, we'll just see how it works. So I'm opening the rooms now. Okay, I'm closing the breakout room now. You can all come back in 1 minute time. 1 more minute time you will get. Okay, everyone has come back. All the rooms are closed. Okay, there are 3 hands are raised. So we'll give first chance to Shri Hari Priya Mataji. You can display your picture to the camera.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. We are 3 participants in this group, Sarita Mataji and Prabhuji, I forgot her.
Giridhar
Prabhuji and myself. So drawing will be shown by Sarita Mataji.
Very bad drawing, Prabhuji.
No problem.
I'm going to tell and I will be on my profession only, Prabhuji.
Yeah, hold
Hare
it
Krishna.
firmly, so that everyone can see.
Yes, and so Prabhuji, I'll explain this analogy basis on the question or the activity which is were given.
Yeah.
Whenever a critical patient who is seriously injured or who is serious comes to a doctor, and the doctor can choose 2 paths. Either tell by renunciation of work, the doctor can immediately say this, decide principally, take her to another hospital because this is a serious matter and I will not want to venture into it. It is too risky.
Yeah.
So this is karma sannyas. Now, in the other case, the doctor decides in principle, who is Krishna conscious, that I'll leave everything to God. I'll give my 100% praying to God, and I'll perform the surgery. Whatever will be the result. Karmanya vadika raste ma phaleshu kadachana, as Prabhu has told. So I will perform my side of the duty and perform the surgery and the operation, and let the result rest in hands of Sri Krishna. And that is when that is karma sannyas log. That is how this analogy and this thing can be explained. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Excellent. Very nice, Mataji.
Prabhuji, and it happens in life. Sometimes we are practically, I don't want to touch the patient. I know the result will be very critical, but then you have no other go when the patient hemoglobin goes to 5 or 6 and they're bleeding or they have ruptured inside something. And this we used to face more in India when we were studying, but still, when Krishna is there, you take his name and do it, and it works out very well now. So, Hare Krishna. So this is, even Giridhar Prabhuji wanted to tell something about the spiritual master also. So he was putting, and by the time finished, he was putting his viewpoint. So it's a joint effort for all of.
Yes, all of us contributed.
Prabhuji, you want to say something?
No, I was trying to talk about blaspheming this spiritual master, and if you don't react towards that incident, and we fail in duty, performing our duty, right? So talking in favor of the spiritual master and talking what is giving references from the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita. So that is what I wanted to mention, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sureshwar Priya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare.
Can you see these pictures?
little closer.
You can see it, this one.
Hold steadily.
We
can
a
see.
farmer.
Yeah.
Farmer, and he is supposed to do agriculture.
Yeah.
And but he fails because he became a devotee. He thought he will renounce his work and he will continue devotional service. So, but so many people are depending on him. If he's not doing agriculture, there will be so many famine will continue in the area and people will die. Isn't it? They will not get their required food. But what is expected from him? Let him continue his agriculture work. Let him collect the fruits of it. Offer him to Lord Krishna. He is shown as a flute as well as that peacock feather as Lord Krishna, and offer it to him. So he is not connected to the this one result of the action, but at the same time he is doing devotional service as well.
Excellent.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. As it is in the beginning of ISKCON movement, Srila Prabhupada also encouraged the devotees to continue their jobs so that they can support the movement. It is not that every one of you give up your job and join. Then it will be very difficult to continue the movement because it needs financial support. There are so many devotees who give 100% of their salary for sustenance of this movement. So it is always good if we are giving the result of our work rather than giving up the work completely, because the result it will enhance or it will support the system. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Deepti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, Madhuri Mataji would be starting with the picture. Actually, she has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, fine. Is the picture visible, Prabhuji? I just tried my best to just draw this.
Mataji. Yeah.
Is it fine, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Mataji, you can start. It is
Thank you,
starting with
Mataji.
Patram Pushpam.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, we are starting. We were a group of 4 people, Madhuri Mataji, and then Tanvi Mataji, and Prabhuji was there. I'm sorry. Dineshwar Jodhun Dhanvantri Das Prabhuji and myself. So Prabhuji, what we have understood is Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. So Lord says, whatever you offer, if you offer me with devotion, I will be accepting it. So when we talk about what is Karma Yoga and why Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sannyas is basically because when we perform our activities in association, in establishment of connection with the Lord, it is something like we are really getting free. We are freeing ourselves from the sins, as well as we are also trying to connect with him transcendentally. We are trying to reach him transcendentally. So that is the key intent. And not only that, what we have understood as an example, when we have seen, there is an analogy wherein Prabhupada ji mentions that even in the month of during the hottest months of June and July, if you observe the ladies, they usually cook in the kitchen. They do not think about that the weather is bad, it's really hurting them or troubling them, but they continue, they complete their activities. Why do they why they do so is because otherwise the family is going to suffer. They want to perform their prescribed duties because that is what Lord has mentioned. And if the duty is performed just without the association with the Lord, then it is known as karma sannyas. That is like we are trying to complete our duties and we are trying to utilize the results also for ourselves. But when we think that, okay, I am going to prepare this food, I have to prepare bhoga, I have to offer it to the Lord, and then we will be going to have the uchish, like the remnants of that particular bhog, we are going to have the prasad, then automatically we are centralizing Lord Krishna in our thoughts, in our activities. So that automatically our karma sannyas turns into karma yoga.
Yes.
So, and the best thing is when we say that Lord doesn't say, okay, you have to give me a very lavish offering. No, he says that patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. I mean, if you offer me with love and devotion, any small leaf also, I'll be happy to accept it. And we should always understand this and always know that sarva Bhoktaram Yagya Tapsam Sarvalok Maheshwaram Suhridam sarvabhutanam shanti mam yatma shanti mrichati. So he takes care of us. If we understand that he is the enjoyer, he is the well-wisher of us. So if we are doing our activities in connection with him, we really don't have to worry about anything. We can totally depend upon him. And then automatically we'll turn each and every single activity, every single karma, sannyas into karma yoga. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks.
we cannot give up the activities of eating, but we cannot purify it by offering to Krishna. Thank you. Okay, next Deepti Sahu Mataji. Oh, sorry, that's over. Muralidharan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Just a minute, Prabhu. I am spotlighting. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. You can explain. Computer is there. One person is there. Yeah, please.
Prabhuji, you are on mute.
I am not on mute.
No, myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Within 1 minute, all these things. Great, Haribol.
You can hold it little above so that your hand doesn't cover the picture.
Okay, now?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah, karma sannyasa I have depicted as inertia, virtually not doing any activity. And karma yoga is actually doing your work, not focused on the results. And we were 3 people in our team, Sri Hari Priya and Hemant was also there, but Hemant was not able to speak out. And the verse we have chosen is 18.78. Keep doing your duty, remember Krishna, and wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme master, there would always be opulence, victory, and extraordinary power and mortality. That is my opinion, says Krishna.
Yeah.
That's the little we have done in the shortest time possible. I hope it depicts something at least. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, this was a new activity that we performed.
Prabhuji, very good activity.
Yes, Prabhuji,
We
very
enjoyed it
also.
really.
We enjoyed. Yeah.
We enjoyed really.
Application also.
I was worried how to do this, but everyone has done a very wonderful job.
Remembering our childhood, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Scribbling something.
Next time, Prabhuji will tell us to act and do, Prabhuji.
No, Mataji.
That is a part of it, but I will think how to do it in online. Yeah, that is a drama acting is also a part of it.
Yeah, that's also will be very good.
Now we have to remember to even draw, no? Remember our skills to draw and depict something.
Yes.
Draw some.
Very well thought, Prabhuji. Thank you. Very well.
Now,
Thank
so
you,
many
Prabhuji.
senses are employed right now for this particular concept.
So
Very good concept.
there is one more group exercise for today.
Prabhuji, so many exercises today.
Third one, there is some difference in this from previous. This is the last experience, last activity, then we'll conclude. Here, there are 5 set of shloka, 2.60 to 61, 62, 63, 67 to 68, and third chapter, 4 and 5, and 6 and 8. Please go through this and whatever points you understand from this regarding the previous topics, the karma sannyasa and karma yoga. It is explained. This will help us to cover more topics in a brief time. So I'll make 5 breakout rooms, and whoever gets the first group, they can take this. You can note down 2.60, 61 first group, 2.62, 63. Are you able to see my screen when you are inside the breakout room?
Yes, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji. That time.
No, Prabhuji.
No. Okay.
No,
then
we can't see.
note down the text number so that you can take up this when you go to the breakout room. I'll make 5 breakout rooms. This is same topic, whatever we have discussed till now. In regard to that, whatever told in this shloka, that much you have to present. Okay, shall I give you 3 minutes time? We'll take 3 minutes time and 1 minute for everyone to explain for five people. So in 5-6 minutes.
Prabhuji, one group will take up one batch, one set of shlokas, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, in sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll start the breakout room. There are 5 rooms now. Yeah, if you want, I will tell. Room number 1, Karunamaya Nimaya Prabhu is there. Room number 2, Hemant Yam Prabhu is there. Room number 3, Harini Devi Mataji is there. Room number 4, Deepa Rani Mataji is there. Room number 5, Dineshwar Jodhan Prabhu, Dhanvantari Prabhu is there. So these are the 5 people who are there in the groups, and remaining people also there. So I'll open the rooms.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, sorry, I joined group number 4. Room number 4? Can you please allot me room number 5, please? Last.
5, okay. Dipti Sahu, room
Yes,
number 5.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Muralidharan Prabhu, any problem?
I'm not in any room.
No, you are in unsigned. Assigned to. Oh, okay. I'll assign you to 4. It was okay. Pradosh Prabhu. I will put 2, room number 2. Poor answer, sorry. Thanks. Hare Krishna. I'm closing the breakout room. You have 1 minute to join back. Okay, hope everyone came back.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, we'll start. 5 people are going to present in 1 minute briefly. These are very deep subject matter. You can, in brief or crisply, you can tell what you understood from that. You can speak, each sloka is so much meaning is there. You can speak for half or 1 hour for that. Madhuri Mataji is telling there is no attendance sent till now. Prabhuji, Murali Prabhu, can you look into this? Okay, so I need 5 people to raise their hands. So Sureshwar Priya Mataji, you can start.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
We are 3, Sri Haripriya Mataji and Hemant Prabhu along with me. And see, we are given the sloga, that is second one, sloga number 62 and 63. And here, actually, while contemplating the sense objects, we are just, when we are just dealing with the sense objects, we get attached to it. And due to that attachment, we will be hungering for this, and that will result in lust. And if continued lust will create anger if it is not materialized, and anger will be leading the way to delusion, total confusion. Then again, because of that, there will be bewilderment in our mind. Then because of all these, intelligence is lost. We cannot say that whether it is right or wrong. Then because of that, the person will be falling into material ocean, or you can say they will just fall down, material fall down. So there are certain examples given. Though demigods are much superior to the living people, you can say that Lord Shiva, there is one example given in the purport, that is Lord Shiva, he got attracted to Parvati, though he was in his meditation. He got distracted because sense objects, because of that he got distracted, and Kartikeya was born. And another example, Haridas Thakur, he was continuously chanting, and Maya Devi approached him, but then too, because he is the devotee of Lord Krishna, he could save the situation and could avoid it, and he could avoid the situation. That's all. And another one, that is Lord Ajamila. Ajamila was very good in the beginning. Then later in the youth, he became very bad. And later on, at the time of death, he got the spark of that Narayana name, and he got into this one, heavenly world. And what we are understanding from this, those who are really attached to Krishna consciousness, and those who are doing devotional service, those who are offering food to Lord Krishna is offering food to Lord Krishna and partaking the prasadam, they can avoid all these material fallout. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. The great personalities like Lord Shiva has given the examples. They are really, Lord Shiva is called as Dhira. He has full control over the senses, but still he plays some of the pastimes so that we all learn how strong is the senses and the attraction for the senses. Now, there are two examples here, Lord Shiva and Parvati, and Haridas Thakur, he was constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord, and there was nothing else more tastier than the chanting of the holy name for Haridas Thakur. So even though Maya Devi comes in front of him, Maya Devi could not do anything to him. And this is a stage by stage how a person degrades himself. So when a person takes to karma sannyasa and he just thinks about these objects in his mind, so that thinking is the first stage, dhyayato vishayan pumsa. So finally it will degrade him, his intelligence also completely gets destroyed. So this is the danger of karma sannyas. But a person who is doing activity for the pleasure of the Lord, since there is no negation or stopping of the activity, only there is a purification, there is no danger of fall down. So this is what we can understand from this, and it is very important to give up the sense objects at the sensual level itself. Once it comes to the mind or mental level, then it comes to the intellectual level, then it becomes more and more stronger. So it is very difficult to stop it. So it is at the level of senses itself we should avoid. So how to avoid? By giving a higher taste, that is param drishtva nivartate. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Sureshwar Priya Mataji spoke. Mataji, you spoke now, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Rakshita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, we will be discussing about 2.67 and 2.68. So Prabhupada says, unless all the senses are engaged in the service of the Lord, even one of them engaged in sense gratification can deviate the devotee from the path of transcendental advancement. Like we have in one of the shlokas, Bhogashwaryam prasaktanam tayapashrita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhana vidhiyate. So if we have even a tinge of material desire in our mind on bhoga and aishwarya, and then we will not have steadfast dedication for Krishna consciousness. So this can be, illustrated by Ajamila's story. Although he was born in a Brahmana family, he was a Vaishnava, but it was just a moment, and in that one moment he could not control his sense, and then finally he fell down. He got a second chance. That's a different story, but then he had to wait for the second chance, right? Otherwise, so that is one. And the second shloka 2.68. So sense organs cannot be controlled by any human endeavor. Like for example, Vishwamitra and all the other munis, for example, Durvasa Muni also, they are yogis basically. They are behind mystic powers. They control their senses for a benefit, that is mystic power, not for devotional service. So finally what happened? Vishwamitra fell down, right? When Menaka came, he couldn't control his sense. Same thing happened with Durvasa Muni also. He was showing off his mystic power, and he was troubling Amrish Maharaj, and finally Sudarshan Chakra came, and Amrish Maharaj himself had to save him. So this is the power of devotional service. So once you engage all your minds and senses in Krishna conscious activities, then you don't have to purposefully take care of your senses. You don't have to separately make sure, okay, what am I thinking about right now, because all that you think about is Krishna. All that you do has Krishna in it. All your activities has Krishna associated in it with it. So you don't have to separately concentrate your mind on Krishna conscious activities or check your thoughts. So that is what I understood. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you. You added very good points. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Karunamai Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So
there is problem in your camera, I think. Yeah, you are not unmuted. But earlier also, when you were
now it's a little difficult to people keep coming.
okay, it is not visible. Okay, fine. You continue.
Yeah. So we discussed the second chapter 60 to 61 verse, and we came to understand that we need to control our senses, and if we surrender to Krishna, he will burn all impurities in us. An example was given with Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni, when Durvasa Muni became angry at Ambarish Maharaj, and when Durvasa Muni became angry at Ambarish Maharaj, and and he couldn't control his sense of anger, so he couldn't control his anger. And then second is, aim of real yoga is to surrender to Krishna. An example is between Vishwamitra Muni and Menaka. So when Vishwamitra Muni was meditating, after some time when Menaka came, his meditation became disturbed. So you need to surrender to Krishna.
Thank you. Correct. Yeah. So here the example is given. Vishwamitra Muni, he was trying to control his senses by himself. So taking charge of the senses by oneself is like you are keeping the snake under your control, which is very poisonous. At any time it can break, or you are keeping one wild animal in a cage. So anytime it can jump. But if you are engaging the senses, dovetailing the senses in the Krishna conscious activities, then it is like a snake without poisonous teeth. It cannot harm anyone. Even if it bites, nobody will have a poisonous effect. So it is better to engage oneself in the service of Krishna. And even small children, you can see, you cannot make small children to sit in one place quiet. That is very difficult. But if you give a better opportunity for them to do some activity, if you engage them in proper activities, then there is no chance that they will go wrong, or they will be more productive than simply sitting quiet. So karma sannyasa is defeated and karma yoga is always good. Sarita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Actually, I've already spoken once before. I think I'll give a chance because nobody was raising hand from my group, so I raised it. I think when Mataji has not spoken till now, she can take the chance if she wants to, Mataji. I think this was some Sri Priya Sampath Mataji, or because I've already spoken, I cannot keep taking the chance every time. It has to be shared. So
it's fine. Otherwise, you continue.
Otherwise, if the team members have no issues, I can speak. And okay, probably we had from 3.6 to 3.8. So 3.6 that it shows about the pretender, the pseudo transcendentalists who act as a pretenders. In other words, that they have muh mein Ram and bagal mein churi. That is the saying which goes on with them. Externally, they show that they are very pious and they are also, but the senses are always involved. Like it's a similar we put in our practical life. Supposing we are keeping Ekadashi fast and we keep thinking, oh, let the fast finish tomorrow. I'm going to cook this. I will eat this, all things, and then rasgullas are coming in the mind, or any other things are coming into our mind. So that is where it is a pseudo pretender. If we have to fast, we have to fast with full devotion, with full sincerity for God. So for the Lord. And then in the 3.7, he tries Krishna explains about the one who does this without any attachment is far superior, who does it with the full devotion, with the full activity. And when it is actually with full consciousness. So then that person can get the destination by regulated services of Krishna consciousness. So that actually leads us more for us to the self-realization. So we cannot, it has to be from inside, and that will show in our activities, and nobody else can know it. You yourself will know it. What are we thinking and what? So these senses are under our own control. And then in the end, they want to tell that doing your own duty, you should do your prescribed duty as per your own norms, rather than trying to do, it also says in the further shlokas that you do your duty imperfectly rather than doing anybody else's duty. So you have to do what is prescribed for you. If I for a practical example, if I think there is a houseboy or a helper in our center, I cannot do his work. I can't make the tea and serve it to the patients, or I cannot do. So what I am meant, so each one's duty is very important. Each one has to be given full regard to their own duty. So what my work is prescribed, I have to do that, and the prescribed. So it is Kshatriya's, Arjun's job was a Kshatriya to fight. So he has to do his prescribed duty. He cannot renounce and take a sannyasa duties. This is what we understood. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I hope team members are satisfied. Otherwise,
analogy here, that is show bottle Prabhupada gives. In the medical center, they keep a show bottle. Inside that they put some water. They put some light so that it looks like a medicine, but it is not medicine. It is a show bottle so that people will come to know that it's a medical shop. So we should not become like a show bottle. We externally show some spiritual symptom, but internally we are thinking about sense gratification. So that is not good. It is called as mithyachari. So such people are called
mithyachari.
So mithyachara should not be practiced. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
It is called Falgu Vairagya also.
Yeah, Falgu Vairagya is also similar meaning. Falgu means false. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Deepa Rani Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We belong to team number 4, along with respected Muralidharan Prabhuji and Jayanti Mataji. The shlokas are 3.4 and 5. And here in 3.4 and 5, the concluding word is that how to get purification. And purification is, one cannot just attain this purification if we abruptly go for a sannyasi yoga or the 4th order of life. So here the philosophers think that we can just take retirement from all our fruitive activities and we can be like close to Narayana. But Narayana and the Lord Krishna, they do not approve this principle of abruptly leaving everything and go for sannyasa order. So, and without purification, the person if takes the sannyasa, the sannyasis are actually simply disturbing factors in the society like that. And for that we need to how to avoid that, like we need to do little, at least a slight performance for doing anything for Krishna, any seva for Krishna. That is swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So we do little for Krishna and we will be able to overcome the bigger difficulties. And the sloka number 5, it says, like all of us are helplessly, we are under the control of the modes of material nature, and some or other, even for a moment, we are not free from the influence of it. So our soul, it is always engaged, it has to be always engaged in Krishna, and the work of Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it will be engaged in the under the illusory effect of Maya. So here Srimad Bhagavatam tells Tyaktva so dharmam charanam bhujam harer bhajan aapko tha patet tato yadi yatra ka bhavadram abhut amushya kim ko varta apo abhajatam shwa dharmataha. If we are not Krishna consciousness, if we are Krishna consciousness, and even though we do not follow the Sastras or principles of Sastras and do not do devotional service properly, but we are Krishna consciousness, then we Krishna is there to protect us, and he will not allow any loss or evil to us. But if we are not Krishna consciousness and we are following the injunctions and the scriptures, means we practice them, and but we are not Krishna consciousness, that means our purificatory process is halfway done. So sannyasa or any purificatory process is to help reach Krishna. So that is the goal. Ultimate goal is to reach Krishna and to become Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna.
Yes, the point here is Vyasdev is told by Narad to Vyasdev. He's telling make people to attracted to devotional service, not for Chaturvidya Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Because if you do devotional service incomplete, it will have a better result than doing all other material duties perfectly. Even if you do it perfectly, 100% as a materialist, it is all lost at the time of death. Then again next life you have to start from again from first standard. But whatever you have done in devotional life, even if you fail, it doesn't matter, because neha vikramana shosti, there is no destruction. So that is the point here. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for sharing the points.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So we have come to the last point of this PPT. So let us continue what Srila Prabhupada speaks here. Okay, these are the objectives that we have learned from here. Understanding, that is the knowledge based, presented an overview of Krishna's responses to Arjuna's question in 2.54, that is Sthita Prajna, as the symptoms of a self-realized soul. Then also discussed about relevance of the how does a Sthita Dhir Muni regards happiness and distress. That means how he takes, that is whenever happiness comes, he takes it as a mercy of the Lord. When distress comes also, he'll take it as a mercy of the Lord. Then personal applications, that is a skill, drew general principles from our experience, param drushta anivartate, getting a higher taste in Krishna consciousness, that you have drawn the diagrams, pictures, and identified reasons why karma yoga is superior to karma sannyasa with reference to appropriate verses that we have discussed just now, and also discuss the relevance of karma yoga being a superior to karma sannyasa in relation to Arjuna's situation on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and in our own practice of Krishna consciousness. So finally, anybody would like to read this quotation? Sri Hari Priya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Perfection is sure. So the yogis and other methods, they are trying to control the senses by force. I shall go to the Himalayas. I shall not see any more beautiful women. I shall close down my eyes. These are forceful. You cannot control your senses. There are many instances. You don't require to go to Himalaya. You just remain in Los Angeles city and engage your eyes to see Krishna. You are more than a person who has gone to Himalayas. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. So going to Himalaya is so difficult, and Krishna is, Srila Prabhupada is telling it's not necessary. And being in the city, it is so natural for us because we are here only, being in the home. And this is far better than that. So what more we need? Prabhupada has made devotional service so easy for everyone to do, so that we can all go back to Godhead. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So with this, we conclude today. Is there any question? You can raise your hand in today's session. Sureshwar Priya Mataji. If somebody has to leave, you can leave, because if we already 9 minutes late. I'm sorry for that. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, a small question, because last time I want to ask you, but I could not. Today, good, I am asking today. Sure. Because we were talking about Buddhi Yoga, and Karma Yoga is combined with Buddhi Yoga. But don't you feel that Karma Sannyasa Yoga is more relevant to Karma Yoga? Sorry, Buddhi Yoga.
Karma, can you
Karma Sannyasa Yoga is more, because there only we require more of intelligence, isn't it? That is Buddhi Yoga, I mean.
No. Karma Yoga, yeah, Karma Yoga is Buddhi Yoga, correct.
Karma Yoga is Buddhi Yoga. Yeah. Karma Yoga is Buddhi Yoga.
Yes, Karma Sannyasa is not recommended.
Not at all. Okay, Hari Bol, it's clear now. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Any other question? See, one thing is yoga. Whenever yoga word comes, it is connection to Krishna. It is always good. Tyaga without reference to Krishna, it is not so recommended. It may be having some benefit in the society. People will recognize the person who has done the tyaga, but it is spiritually, it has lower value than yoga. So always connecting to Krishna is superior than just giving up the work itself. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we'll meet in the next week. All of you, please submit the assignment. So I must have started writing this assignment. So next this next coming June 15th is the date that is given. Please, all of you submit to that given mail ID. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anything else, Prabhuji? Any announcement?
That's it.
No problem. Hare Krishna.
All have marked the attendance.
Okay, Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Thank you, Prabhuji.